When I went to New York a few years ago, I think the airport's called JFK. And when we pulled into the, when you come off the plane and you go through into the room where you go through security, they take your fingerprints. On the ceiling was this massive American flag. It was humongous. I think it took up almost the whole ceiling. And I was like, wow, I've never seen a flag that big. And throughout the airport, there were just so many other American flags everywhere. And I remember thinking, you just never see that in England. You never see this level of patriotism when it comes to the flag. You're seeing it more nowadays, but it's still nowhere near as much as I saw in America. And I wonder how the Europeans that are there in America for the World Cup, what they think about that. Because on the one hand, I guess, because you're not used to it, you might think, oh, it's a bit weird. But on the other hand, you might just think it's really cool to see somebody love their flag.
I love about America is the patriotism.
Like, look at his flag. Look at it.
Before coming here, I thought patriotism was something that you only see in the movies. And then I came here and you see the flag everywhere. On people's house, neighborhoods, on businesses. Sometimes you drive your car on the highway and you see a huge flag. And there is something so cool about people feeling genuinely proud of their country.
For sure.
One of my favorite things about America. Look at this. They just have American flags everywhere. I'm just casually walking on the mall and there's this giant American flag. Here's another one. They even have a giant one here. I love this. I love Americans for that. They have pride in their country and they have pride in their flag. If this was UK, the flag would get torn down and you'd be branded for hate.
The same as every movie you've ever seen. The American flags, people have got race flags up.
European fans came to the United States for the World Cup thinking they knew exactly what they were walking into. And the moment they landed, the flags hit them first.
And now I'm excited to see how it's gonna look like for 4th of July. Because if I see American flags everywhere right now, I don't even know how it's gonna look like for 4th of July. I think it's gonna be the craziest experience of ever.
Honestly, I need to make sure I'm in America for 4th of July next year. I need to make it happen.
Do y'all need 24?
No idea what to make of it.
Do y'all need 24 American flags in here?
Oh my God, wow, there's so many.
1. I'm also going to count the baby ones, that's 2. 3. 4, that's a pretty one. We do have the English flag, well, the United Kingdom flag up in London and whatever else, but you don't see houses with flagpoles really in the UK.
You don't.
And I just love it. We're counting that little one hiding in the bush, so that's 5. Wow, 6. I like that, this one's a bit faded. 7, 8, 9.
One British fan.
Yeah, the only houses you'll see flags are maybe castles, public buildings. You won't see them outside just normal residential houses.
And posted a video of himself in a Texas Walmart standing in front of an entire aisle of American flag merchandise and just saying, "What is going on?" A Dutch fan in New York filmed the flags on every single building on his street and counted. He stopped at 43.
43. Wow, what is this? Wow, what is this? This looks like fun. Oh. That screeching eagle sound.
Back home in Europe, flying your national flag outside your house is something you do for the World Cup final. Maybe. For 1 week. And then it comes back down. In America, the flags never came down because they were never put up for the tournament. They were already there, had been there for years.
As an American living in Germany, I've learned that Germans and Americans show their patriotism in very different ways. In the US, it's hard to go anywhere without seeing the stars and stripes or flags waving year-round. While in Germany, the same is only on display during big international, usually soccer events. Germany hosted the World Cup in 2006. It was widely seen as a healthy display of patriotism with flags and colors everywhere. But the line between patriotism and nationalism is one that many Germans are more aware of than Americans due to the country's past. The Nazis' use of symbols and extreme nationalism have left a lasting impact on how national pride here is expressed. Still,
I'm an American and I've been living in Germany for about 2.5 years now.
That's a good point. I feel like a lot of countries, maybe with long histories of like war and things like that, maybe they're afraid to show patriotism because, you know, some may think that they are reverting back to those super nationalist times that led to those wars and conflicts.
And one of the first things that I noticed about Germany was the lack of flags. There used to be a time when I was much younger where I was sporting the American flag. I had the old Navy shirt. We took the family photos. If you're white, you know. I would sing the national anthem with pride. I would say the pledge every morning with pride. Hello, indoctrination. All of those things are very weird to people in Germany.
Woo! Dude, I'm gonna miss this World Cup when it's over. I mean, it's over like pretty much already. It's kind of sad, isn't it?
USA.
Here is where it starts. On October 21st, 1892, children in schools across the entire United States stood up, faced the flag, and recited 23 words written by a man named Francis Bellamy.
Is this the Pledge of Allegiance, right?
That was the first Pledge of Allegiance. And from that day forward, American children started every single school morning standing in front of a flag, hand on heart, swearing loyalty to it. Not once a year, every day, for their entire childhood.
Patriotism in the U.S. New York Senator Charles Schumer is urging people to display the American flag this weekend to send the message that, in his words, we will always continue the fight against terrorism until it is totally vanquished. The attack on America sparked a new wave of patriotism 10 years ago. It even inspired some Americans to seek a new path in their lives.
Think about what that does to a person over 12 years of school. You are not just reciting words. You are being trained from age 5 to see that flag as something personal, something yours.
Yeah, that would make the population really patriotic. Every day for 12 years, yeah, that's really going to sort of like anchor you as an American.
By the time an American is an adult, the flag is not a government symbol to them. It is a daily childhood memory. It lives inside them in a way that is genuinely hard to explain to someone who grew up without it. And the history behind the flag itself is not simple. The American flag exploded in public popularity.
Do they do that in every school in America? Like every single sort of like public school or private school, they pledge allegiance every day?
In 1861, when Confederate forces attacked Fort Sumter. Suddenly, flying the stars and stripes became a way of saying which side you were on. A way of defending the idea of the Union staying together.
I don't think I realized how negative the view was until I saw these reaction videos and people are just loving America. They're trying to hoard ranch dressing to take back to Europe with them. It's amazing. But no, I mean, I agree. I think things are always like probably better than the headlines show you.
When European fans during this 2026 World Cup started getting this context from Americans they met, something shifted. A Spanish journalist described it this way. He had always assumed the flags were aggressive nationalism. But after 2 weeks in Texas and New York and Kansas City, he said that it felt more like a country reminding itself it exists.
Why did he assume it was a negative? Why do humans do that? Always sort of assume the worst.
He said the flags were not pointed outward at the world. They were pointed inward at each other.
State that you cannot use the flag as apparel, bedding, or drapery, but it's talking about a literal flag. Like, we can't take it off the flagpole outside and turn it into a shirt or some curtains or some sheets for a bed, okay? But seriously, guys, you can put the design on things. In fact, a lot of us in the military have t-shirts that have the American flag design on it. So what, is the military breaking its own flag code? I mean, come on. If a little kid wants to wear a t-shirt with an American flag on it for 4th of July and be proud of being American, then I salute that little kid, man.
And then there is the US flag code. Most Europeans do not know this exists. Congress passed it in 1942, signed into law by President Franklin D. Roosevelt. It is an actual set of guidelines for how Americans should treat and display their flag. When to fly it, how to fold it, how to retire it properly. No other country has legislation this detailed about civilian flag usage.
Wow.
That fact alone stopped several European visitors cold when Americans explained it to them.
So this is your first time in America?
First time in the States, yeah.
Wait, what do you think?
The people are phenomenal. So kind. So they'll go out your way to help you. They want to make you feel welcome.
So this flag code, are the rules enforced? So literally you have to fold the flag in a certain way? That's crazy.
Travelled enough to know that I don't have preconceived notions of people. You hear about stuff on the news and on the media, and it's never usually the case. You have to go and experience it yourself.
So what do you think you'll take back home from here, from the things you've learned from Americans?
Having the ability to, go out your comfort zone, talk to people, approach people. You'll find that the other people around you are probably just as nice. It doesn't pay anything to be kind. There needs to be a bit more of that in the world, and if you go out there, you'll find it.
One American on Reddit explained it in a way that spread across social media during the tournament. Our flag is not of government ownership. By flying it privately, we reinforce that we are the people. That sentence traveled. Europeans screenshotted it, shared it, argued about it.
You know, there's one thing I absolutely love since moving to America from the UK, and it is that right there. The American flag flying.
I've not seen a single person complain about the amount of flags that you see in America. And that is really telling for me. Like the fact that whenever a foreigner has been to America and they speak about all the flags, it's overwhelmingly positive. That tells me that it's a good thing.
Everywhere, literally everywhere you go.
America, you've given me one of the greatest moments in my life. This is the best World Cup of all time. Just listen, this is unbelievable.
America, you deserve and are owed an apology. And I'm going to say sorry on behalf of all the countries outside America and their media and the narrative they paint about America. Hundreds and thousands of fans for the World Cup are now seeing America through their own eyes, realizing the narrative they've been fed is false.
Yep, completely agree. I think for some reason, showing patriotism is just seen by some as a bad thing automatically. And I don't know why that is. Why is it that taking pride in where you're from is seen as bad? As long as obviously it's not done in an overbearing way, I can't imagine why it would be bad to be proud of where you're from and the country that you are from. It's so crazy to me. Maybe it goes, going back to what I mentioned before, maybe it's because, nationalist parties of the past used the flag as a weapon, not the American flag, but other countries, particularly Germany, for example. But even then, that's the past. Why would somebody now being proud of being German, for example, and flying the German flag outside their house, why would that be bad? Because it's just mad that Spanish journalist just assumed that Americans were all overbearingly nationalist just because they enjoyed flying the flag. Why did he assume that? Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. And if you did, check out this video right here and hit the join button below. See you there.